Filthy Gaijin reviews. The worst fucking thing ever. I am El Cid, I think.
Baki.
DK.
And this is a rough one. Like,
we don't normally have a hard time going through things because there's always something redeemable, something likable. Maybe you can make fun of it. There's nothing here.
No, this is
just bad.
This is like reviewing AIDS. It's just number one. The woman thing who plays Galadriel is the worst thing ever.
She can't act.
She can act.
Her facial expressions don't change.
So as far as I can tell, she has not had plastic surgery, but her face is frozen like a person who's been hit in the head with like a Gatling gun of Botox syringes. It's she keeps the same expression where she barely moves her lips and just doesn't emotionally inflect when she speaks.
There was a moment, and not just one, there was a couple where I just looked at the screen and I was like, "Bitch! Speak up! I can't hear you."
There's better acting in YouTube skits. There's better acting in like the Bang Bus. There's better acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just awful. I can't overstate this. This is not me making a joke. This is not a riff. She is the absolute worst actress in this entire TV show. It takes you out of it, and she's the main character, so that's really not good. Number 2, the haircuts. So,
and by the way, it's not just the haircuts. It's, we're just using haircuts to symbolize it visually as a whole. Everything's just wrong. The CGI sucks. By the way, $750 million budget. This is a money laundering scheme. There's no way it cost that much.
Yeah. I gotta confess, I made a fake direction and production company, and I applied for this, and I got the gig, and I stole all that money.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
And you spent what, $10 million to make the show?
No, not even.
Not even? No, there's a scene where you see the green screen, and there's a guy at the mic standing there.
So like,
with his beers.
So like, I inherited from my family like a small sweatshop in Bangladesh where they're like kind of tied up, and they just have to make like little bits of cloth like for the McDonald's Happy Meals, and I had them do this production. Like I just put the textile machine out of the way and just made them edit and film this.
Yeah, no, you locked them in a factory and you just left one computer with Photoshop.
And then
that was it.
And then I said, okay, by the way, you guys have to act in this now.
Yeah.
I made them really dirty, and I said, you guys Harfoots.
They're like, isn't it Hobbits? They're like, no, we didn't have the rights.
We don't have the rights for that. You guys are Harfoots.
And you know what? Normally, hobbits are super clean and like proper, these nice clean area and homes. No, you're all homeless junkies.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
what you look like.
let me rephrase. Number 2, the weird race swapping. Let's start with the hobbits.
Sure.
So they have the black hobbits now, and unlike the original hobbits, these people are like poor. No, they're super dirty.
It's so racist.
They're all covered in soot.
No. Why are the white hobbits living in paradise? Like, it's so nice and clean, and they have these nice. Bilbo Baggins literally had so much food that he fed 15 dwarves.
Random 13 dwarves and a wizard can show up out of nowhere
and have a proper feast.
Yeah,
and so much cheese and bread that's fresh and
sausages.
And these people are out there running around for 2 berries, and they're like, "Don't go out there."
And I don't know what the fuck is going on, but
it's so weird.
They literally, I don't know. I think they literally powder their face with the
mud.
I don't know, mud, but like you ever open up an old school vacuum cleaner and you just dig your hand and they just mush their face in there.
No. If you really lived in the wild like that, by the way, they don't really live in the wild. They have little settlements.
But they're gypsies.
They're gypsies, yeah. So they wouldn't look that dirty. There's no reason to look like that. That you only get that dirty if you literally.
You're a chimney sweep.
Yeah. No. You need to be in London in the Industrial Revolution.
Or you need to be there just breathing in that smog, or you need to be in a coal mine.
No, that's the only way. It makes no sense. In a way, it's super racist to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Why don't they have nice homes like the white hobbits is?
Yeah, I mean, this is what they really think of them. It's like you ever see that video of it was one of those college Republican groups or whatever. They go up to a lot of libcucks. They're like, "Do you think it's racist to have black people show licenses and have people in general show licenses to vote?" And they're like, yeah, well, you think it's racist because like black people don't drive. They can't get licensed. it's like it's that same mentality. They think they're being woke by having black hobbits, but they're like, no. Obviously, if there were black hobbits, they wouldn't even be farmers. They'd have to forage for like acorns and like live in mud pools. And
I was honestly waiting for the black hobbits to start playing basketball and dunking on each other like super well.
Yeah.
And then the white hobbits like, nah, we can't compete, man. We're leaving.
Yeah. No, it was so awful. And then that brings us to the point about the hair. Right?
Yeah.
So they broke all canon. They have haircuts in this movie, specifically the black elf. Grey Worm.
Yo, we're gonna act like that's not the same person.
Nah, it's Grey Worm. Bro.
Yeah, it's Grey Worm.
So he has the freshest razor fade I've ever seen.
Skin fade.
He's got a skin fade with like a sloping curve to it.
Yeah.
That is a Hollywood haircut. My local barber couldn't do that shit.
No.
And it's completely fresh on him. And so obviously they can't give him a haircut and then have everyone else be like long hair because that gives it away what you're doing. So instead, now everyone has like shitty scissor cuts. He's the only like
fresh.
He's the only machine cut I see. But
yeah, he's the only one with the fresh
fade.
It's so silly.
Yeah, he had the fresh fade. B. Yo, he got the fade.
Of course.
Yo, and then he went to the bodega. You got the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, what up, Ak? I need the bacon, egg, and cheese, cuz."
Yeah. Yo, Mo, let me get that. Well, the chopped cheese.
Yeah, the chopped cheese.
The chopped cheese. That's the good shit.
Yeah, and and now you might ask why? Why did they give him a haircut if it creates all these continuity issues? To which I'm going to say, you know why.
Yeah, everyone knows why.
We don't have to get into it. And the only one they did dirty with that is the leader of the Black Hobbits.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's why. Yeah, and you see, he looks like when Dave Chappelle does the sketch of the junkies.
Yeah,
he looks like one of them.
Yeah.
With his hair and then the dirt on his face and everything, it looks awful.
And anyway, so he's also now he has some kind of relationship going on with like an Iranian girl who is also part of this human Old English village. And
yeah. So I guess he has he's posted somewhere in the area. So once a month he comes back down from his post and he sees her for for a little bit.
Yeah. And then when he walks in there, people are like, "Yo, you got to let the past go." And he's like, "No," and he looks like right at the camera. He's like, "The past is always with us, whether you like it or not, white guy."
Yeah, no, he said white guy too.
Yeah.
So it's not an elf or a human
no.
thing.
He actually, people don't get it. If you put on the subtitles, he's actually calling them crackers.
Yeah. It's not an elf human thing. It's a black white thing because they're like, oh, he's he's black.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part is that he clearly had a son with the Iranian girl.
Yeah, we think so. They haven't gotten to that yet, but
no,
they're covering his ears with like a bowl cut. Which
also,
is like,
he's clearly a mixed child as well. So where else did this Iranian girl find?
I think he's a little darker than the father, which is weird.
It's weird, but his features aren't as as sharp as his.
Yeah.
So it's funny because they're covering his ears, and if I'm that kid from the local bullies. And I see the father, the elf, talking to the mom, and then I look at the kid. I'm gonna go up to him. Hey, yo, my man, let me see them ears real quick.
Yeah. We could call this the true part 3. They don't know how to fucking film. So with the Peter Jackson films, in order to film like hobbits with normal sized characters, they would use like perspective or certain thing. I forget the actual name of the film technique, but basically using angles, they can make one person seem a lot bigger than the other. Probably they just have them, far apart on different planes. You never notice it in the originals. Here you notice it. Like, it was bad. They didn't quite get the lineup of the shot right, so you realize these people are far away from each other.
No, these are clearly not professionals. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. They probably asked Peter Jackson how to do it, and he probably said, no, fuck off. Part 4, why do they only cast ugly people now?
Oh, everyone in this show is ugly.
So, like, the humans are obviously mint-looking, the dwarves are dwarves, but the elves, at least before, the elves were, like, aesthetic.
Yeah.
They're ugly elves now.
And then the elves always had this like enchanting glow that was obviously CGI, but like they looked like, oh, these are angels. They're better than everyone, which they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
they live forever. They're immortal.
They're higher race or whatever. Which, I guess that whole idea is a bit problematic. Let's say so.
No, but this is an imaginary world. Like,
is it though? It passes with us.
There you go.
Representation.
Sure.
Anyway, they cast like. I think you pointed out one of the elves that's with her in the beginning when she's on her mission to whatever the fuck she was doing. he looked kind of like Gollum. If Gollum had hair,
he looked like Smeagol with hair.
Yeah, which like that's not good.
No.
And I actually disagreed with you just on the grounds that I actually think like Andy Serkis, the guy who plays Gollum, is much better looking than this guy.
No, but that's him. Pre all the CGI though. He looks like the CGI one.
Yeah. But even sometimes CGI'd up. Like in Planet of the Apes, he was still better looking than this guy. It's just a thing.
No.
It's just a thing, and it's weird. It's weird. It's boring. But what are we on 5 or complaint 5? Grievance 5?
7. I don't know. Who knows?
Horrible writing. The dialogue in this shit is ass.
They try so hard to write like Tolkien, who's a genius. So, they didn't bring in, by the way, geniuses and, Tolkien experts to replicate his writing. They brought in
purple hair people.
Yeah, they brought in purple hair people. Like, the show starts and they're like, why does a rock sink in a paper boat doesn't?
That's the second thing. The show starts with her getting bullied by a white kid, but anyway.
Okay, yeah, sure. The second thing is... why does a rock sink in a river and what was it? A paper boat floats or boat floats?
Something stupid.
And then the answer.
And then he's like, because the rock only looks down or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm just here thinking, no, density, you moron.
Yeah, no. They knew about this like in the 1300s, like it's density, not. Like, there's a better way to write all this.
No.
But no, they can't.
No, but then it keeps going. She's like, but sometimes like the stars reflect off water. So how do I know what's right to do in life?
Shut up, bitch.
No.
Whoever wrote this was so stupid.
It should be whipped. I mean, Grievance 6, I guess we already talked about what an awful actress, the Galadriel actress is, but like the character itself is so unlikable.
Horrible.
It's like extremely autistic, doesn't maneuver at all, doesn't present her case in the best light. She just kind of gives like weird orders.
So I'll do what I want.
Just kind of repeats herself. Like at one point... she tells the Elrond, she's like, you haven't seen what I've seen. He's like, I've actually seen my fair share. And she's just like, you haven't seen what I've seen. It's like, okay, that settles that then.
Yeah, you just keep repeating yourself.
Keep repeating yourself. That's it. Because you, the viewer, you would personally react well to that in real life, right? If someone did that to you, like you tried to make like an argument or have a reasonable discussion with them and they just kept repeating themselves, like that would persuade you, right?
Also, like, how does she know? What if he's seen crazier things?
I don't know. Someone pointed out they should have been completely reversed. She should have been the reasonable, calm one that's making alliances. He should have been like the kind of like the warrior, brash, stubborn.
Yeah, because he hasn't seen what she's seen.
It should be the opposite.
It should be the opposite. But no, a woman, she can never lose an argument ever in this new era of filmmaking.
Yeah. No, it's bad, and I don't know. There's other baffling stuff. Like no one clearly proofread like the thing. Like characters do bizarre decisions all the time. Just going quickly because none of this deserves a full dive. Just a couple of things. Like at one point, she's all the way across the ocean and she jumps off before she can go to heaven and just swim back. So literally, like imagine you're in America, your boat is about to hit Europe, and you jump off the boat and like I gotta swim back to America. That's basically what she did.
You had like. Literally days to jump off.
Yeah.
Before you have to worry about that.
But now she got to swim back,
but it's okay though because the plot is so in their favor that she runs into the guy she was looking for this whole time.
No, exactly. And then there's okay, let's talk about that. So number 8, this might be the only good thing in this series.
Oh, it's amazing.
I don't plan on watching enough to find out if it happens, but so there's a theory out there.
Yeah.
That so Galadriel, when she's swimming back, she runs into some people in a raft, or I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, because apparently, this universe is now like Star Trek, where they get stranded in places, and you have these monsters.
Yeah, little random sci-fi adventures. Yeah. So there's like a space worm that's eating the raft or whatever.
Yeah,
and the boat is full of a couple people, and they immediately hate her for being an elf or whatever.
Yeah.
So one woman, like she falls off, or they push her off, whatever.
Everyone dies except
the one guy
Chad
who still has a raft.
Yeah.
And she doesn't question this at all, by the way. She's like, why are they all dead and this guy's still here and he's got a good boat?
Yeah,
they don't question that.
Yeah,
what up with that, though?
And why is he like, decent looking and like
why is he here?
Talking,
why is he here in the fucking
he seems to know things and he's tough and like, what's going on?
No, don't question any of that. Just, you got to go on your thing. Just keep repeating yourself.
Yeah.
I think she even repeats herself at this guy. You will tell me. You will tell me.
Yeah.
So
and he knows she's an elf, and he knows about orcs.
Yeah, and he's got some kind of like pendant that has some kind of mark, you know.
Yeah. So it's like
anyway,
who knows? Point being, this is clearly Sauron.
And it's clear what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to ship Galadriel and Sauron.
No, it's gonna be great when she fucks Sauron. This is gonna be so good for the series, and the fact that he killed her brother. They show that in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. He killed her brother. He's gonna fuck her. It's normal, and they're either gonna do that, or because she'll like refuse to fuck him at the last second, he'll be like, okay, now because I'm a guy, I'm gonna be evil and genocidal.
Yeah.
Which,
I'm evil. Anyways, but I just can't wait till they fuck.
Yeah. I hope because there's rumors that they had an intimacy coordinator on set. I hope they have an actual like hardcore pornographic sex scene. Give the show like an image to really be remembered by. And other than that, there's other more weird shit like during because we just finished rewatching the Hobbit trilogy right before this. So Durin, who's like the head bloodline of all those guys from the Hobbit trilogy, he's married to a fat black woman.
That was great.
And again, so people are like, "Oh, why is this such a big deal? Why do you guys care about the race swapping?" It's because your mind works in a basic way. So imagine you see a mixed race couple, a black woman and a dwarf, and you're like, "Okay, so their kids should be mixed, right?"
Yeah.
But they're not. Their bloodline, their kids all look like white dwarfs.
Yeah. So what happened?
So what up with that? And why are there not more of them like that?
So, according to them, centuries later, when you watch the Hobbit trilogy and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you should see mixed race people. You should see color, people of color, all that. But you don't.
You don't.
So your mind goes places and assumes, oh, there was clearly a race war, and they killed all the darker people. And each race, by the way, the hobbits did it, and then the dwarves did it. The elves clearly did it. So that's the only way that makes sense. That's canon.
It's right. It's when you break continuity like this, you're left with these weird questions. And if you're like, oh, it's just fantasy, just imagine or whatever. Yeah, but it has to be realistic though, even if it's not real.
You have to go with the rules of your own universe. You can't just break them.
Like there was some retarded actor who was like, oh, it looks like fantasy fans can accept dragons more than they can accept black characters in Lord of the Rings. And it's like, no, you dummy. So like, imagine we did this backwards. Imagine, right? We went to a Marvel movie. We made Black Panther 2. And we cast a little Korean boy to play Black Panther. And then when people are obviously like, what the fuck? We're just like, oh, so you can accept Wakanda more than you can accept Korean actors? You fucking racist.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
It's like, it takes you right out of it.
And by the way, black actors have had a lot more opportunities than Korean actors in America. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah, what's the last big name Korean actor you've heard of in America?
Never.
Or an actor from Bangladesh?
Never. And by the way, Korea makes some of the best movies now and TV shows. Yeah. They're way more popular than some American stuff.
Yeah, so
what there's clearly a market.
Yeah. So
why not?
Yeah, so as the kids say, miss me with that. And other than that, there's not much else. There's some really bad fight scenes, fast edits, hard to look at. This is slop. This is garbage. This is I take back what I said last video. This is worse than She-Hulk.
Told you.
Yeah, 100%.
No, we actually called it. Yeah, DK called it. And, no, that's me. I called it. No, the movie's so bad that I forgot who I am.
Who are you?
Who am I? I don't even know.
Also, I just woke up. I called it, idiot.
Baki just woke up. That's why I stole his credit. That's it.
There's no even like funny riff to make about this. It's a super boring show. Durin, he's like, we actually thought for a moment, is he gay? Because at one point he starts complaining that Elrond hasn't visited him enough. So that's why he has to like lock the mountain from elves. And he literally throws like a whiny scene. It's been 20 years. Where have you been?
You missed my wedding.
My kids.
I wanted you to marry me.
Yeah. It's weird shit like that. And again, like clearly they had like clowns write this. People in actual clown masks. Like,
but yeah, no, just don't watch. That's it.
Don't watch. Don't give them the satisfaction of the ratings.
And they'll fake it anyways.
You're never gonna know how many people actually saw this.
They'll claim 12 billion people watched this show.
Yeah.
Good math.
Yeah, there's 20 billion viewers who watched the very first episode, all in English. That's a real thing that happened. Don't question it. Eat your Amazon slop. Subscribe to Amazon Prime. Big money, synergy, diversity is our strength, representation, new wave, filled empowerment.
Baki, you want to finish it off?
I give it a -1 out of 10.
Bitch!